Farming Simulator 23 has officially been announced and will release on Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. And today, we're going to take a look at everything that's been announced so far for the game. This does include vehicles, harvesters, equipment, maps, animals, and crops. We're also going to take a look at a few new screenshots, so let's jump right in. First up, we have the Case IH Magnum 380 CVX Drive Large Tractor. This is going to have 417 horsepower. It goes 50 kilometers an hour. Next, we have the Clausaxian 870 Medium Tractor. This is 295 horsepower and goes 50 kilometers an hour as well. Next, we have the Deutz-Fahr 8280 TTV Medium Tractor. This is 287 horsepower, goes 60 kilometers an hour. Jumping over to Fendt, we have a couple tractors from them. First is the 314 Vario Small Tractor. This is 142 horsepower, goes 40 kilometers an hour. On the right, we have the Fendt 724 Vario Medium Tractor. This is 246 horsepower, goes 50 kilometers an hour. And the big boy, the 942 Vario Large Tractor. It's got 415 horsepower. It goes 60 kilometers an hour. From JCB, only one goodie for us, the Fast Track 4220 Medium Tractor, 235 horsepower. 60 kilometers an hour. John Deere's currently got a few with more to come. The John Deere 6120 Ilm Small Tractor. This is 140 horsepower, 40 kilometers an hour. And the 7R 310 Large Tractor with 352 horsepower and 50 kilometer per hour max speed. Since this is just the initial announcement, we still have more to come from John Deere, so stay tuned. Next, from Lindner, we have the Lintrac 130 Small Tractor, 136 horsepower, 50 kilometer per hour max speed. Not a tractor, but a car. This is the Lizard Pickup 2017 from Farm Sim 22. This can be found in cars. It's got 300 horsepower, goes 80 kilometers. We see that coming soon sign again for Massey Ferguson, but we do have one tractor announced, the MF5S 145 Small Tractor. This is 145 horsepower, 40 kilometer per hour max speed. This may be a harvester, but it's still in the vehicles category. This is the Ponzi Cobra forestry machine. This is what you're going to be using to harvest all of your logs. It's got 285 horsepower and 20 kilometer per hour max speed. And the last vehicle we're going to talk about today is the Valtra G135 in small tractors, 145 horsepower, 40 kilometers per hour. As you can see, we also have a coming soon sign for the brand, so we should see more vehicle brands being announced. Well, coming soon. Jumping over to harvesters, and we're going to start with Case IH. We have their Axle Flow 7150. This is combine harvester, 449 horsepower, 30 kilometer max speed. It will hold 10,570 liters. Next, we have the Module Express 635 cotton harvester. This bad boy, 415 horsepower, 25 kilometers per hour. It's got a 6 meter working width and will hold 20,000 liters of cotton. And we've got more. We also have the 3020 TerraFlex 25-foot header. This goes with the combine harvester, 7.5 meter working width, and more coming soon. Jumping over to Deutz-Fahr, we have their top liner 4090 HTS combine harvester, 310 horsepower, 20 kilometers per hour, and 8,500 liter capacity. We also have more coming soon. From Fendt, this looks to be it. The Fendt Katana 650 forage harvester, 650 horsepower at 40 kilometers an hour. Bremer brings us a few pieces of equipment. We have their Vendor 4150 potato harvester, 530 horsepower, 25 kilometers an hour, and it will hold 22,500 liters. And we've got their Rooster 604 beet harvester. This has 225 horsepower requirement. It's got a 3 meter working width and will hold 6,000 liters. Like some of the other stuff out there, we have more coming soon from Grimmer. I'm sure people will be happy to see that the John Deere X9 1100 combine harvester will be returning to the game with 690 horsepower, 40 kilometer per hour max speed. It will hold 16,200 liters. We do have more coming soon from them, probably the header. Speaking of headers, we have the Kemper 620 Plus forage harvester header. This requires 580 horsepower and has a 6 meter working width, likely going to work with that Fendt Katana. Since we have cotton coming to the game, we're going to need ways to get it around, and that's where Lizard comes in. We have their Module 4 cotton technology mover, and there's no details. However, it does hold one cotton bale, and we know that for a fact. Moving over, we also have on the right the Module X Semi. This holds 2 cotton bales. No details there, but hey, we know it holds 2 cotton bales. From New Holland, this is where we're going to be harvesting our grapes and olives with in Farm Sim 23. We have the Brawl 9070L grape harvester, 164 horsepower, 25 kilometer per hour max speed. It holds 3,100 liters. And we have the Brawl 9090X Olive. This is, of course, your Olive Harvester, 182 horsepower, again, 3,000 kilometers per hour, or get 3,030 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine? At 4,000 liter capacity here. Ropa continues to be a popular brand in the game, and we're going to have their RRXL 9X45 Beat Harvester header coming into the game, which has a 4-meter working width. We didn't see a Ropa harvester in Harvester, so I'm guessing you know what we're going to see, huh? And as always, more coming soon. As for equipment, there's a lot more equipment coming to the game. We have the Anderson Group Pro Chop 150. This is a straw blower, 80 horsepower required. From Brantner, the Z18051 2XXL Power Flex. What a name for a trailer. This holds 18,500 liters. We're going to have a big fertilizer spreader, the Breedle K165 fertilizer spreader, 24-meter spread with 18,950 liter capacity. A new brand of Farming Simulator 22, and now a new brand of Farming Simulator 23, the Varson PF224 Plus Animal Food Mixer, 120 horsepower required, 24,000 liter capacity. Of course, we knew Fleagle would be coming to the game, the Noah TTW140 Animal Transport. Doesn't say how many of each animal it will transport, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. Speaking of soon, more coming soon. A very popular brand in the game, Hardy. We have their Mega 1200L Crop Protection Sprayer, 24-meter spread at 2,700 liter capacity. And we have more coming soon, probably a front tank or maybe a trilled sprayer. From Horsch, we have a cultivator, the Joker 4CT, 140 horsepower required, 4-meter spread. Something I think should have been in vehicles, but nonetheless, the Unheinrich EFG S50 pallet handling. This is a telefork, pallet fork. You guys know what I'm talking about. 57 horsepower at 17 kilometers per hour. The interesting thing is this says pallet handling. So I'm interested to see exactly how that's going to work. From Kokerling, we have the Rebel Classic 600T cultivator. This is going to require 180 horsepower as a 6-meter working width, and we have more coming soon. From Kroger AgriLiner, the PWO24, again, pallet handling, a different setup here. No details being shown, but this is interesting. We did see a screenshot of this and the Unheinrich showing off moving pallets, and I think these are going to be auto loads. Going to be pretty cool. Plus, more coming soon. From Krona, the Swadro TX 970 Windrow, 90 horsepower required, 9.7 meter working width. From the brand we cannot say, K-Brand, the HR 4040 Ventna 4030 Cedar. Goodness gracious. 220 horsepower required, 4 meters at 1,800 liter capacity. And we've also got the K-Brand SW4014 baling technology wrapper. No details on that, but it's going to be able to wrap bales. Yeah, and more coming soon. A very popular brand, Kverneland. The EcoMat plow is coming to the game. 220 horsepower required at 3.5 meters. Plowing is new to the game. We also have the Kverneland Optima RS Planta. This is 180 horsepower, 9 meters working with, and 2,660 liter seed capacity. Can't forget about Lizard and these two pieces right here. We've had them, I think, in 4 games now, maybe 6. We have the Lizard MKS 8, it could be found in Animal Technology, 8,000 liter capacity. And on the right, we have the MKS 32, again, 32,000 liter capacity there, liquid tanks. Pertenga, the NovaCat A10 Cross Flow, one of my favorite mowers to use in the game. As far as your details for that, 220 horsepower required, 9.2 meter working width. We do have more to come, probably the front mower. From Raba, the EG3-9 cultivator. It's up 2.5 meter, not 3 meter, 90 horsepower required. A new brand of Farming Simulator 22 and coming to 23 as well, the Rudolph brand TDK301RA trailer. This is going to hold 24,500 liters. Samson is back with the Samson Agro US 235 Dynamic Manure Spreader. 265 horsepower required, 24 meter spread at 30,300 liters capacity. From Vaderstad, the Rapid A800S Seeder, 240 horsepower, 8 meters at 3,100 liters capacity for your seed. I think this is going to be very popular. Next up, we have the Venhuis Premium Integral 20,000 plus Vibro. This is a slurry spreader. 300 horsepower is required. It's got a 6.2 meter working width. My favorite little starting trailers coming back as well. The Velger DK115 trailer. Very excited for this one. 8,000 liter capacity. And just with vehicles and harvesters, more coming soon. Again, Giant Software have said that the game will come with over 100 vehicles and tools. However, we've only got 52 of those on the website right now, so stay tuned for more, as I will be updating you periodically as more are announced. Farming Simulator 23 will be coming with not one but 2 maps for players to enjoy: Emberstone, which is the USA map, and Newbrun, which is the European map. So let's take a look at the American map first. Emberstone, we've showcasing some similar, if not exactly the same sheds and silos that we already have in Farm Sim 22, which is kind of nice. We also have some sunflowers. In the next screenshot, we get to see sorghum and a house, and there's also a road next to it with a car in the background. The gas station is from Elm Creek, and it's returning, but with a refreshed look and branding. There's also a BGA hiding in the background on the left side. And we've got a picture of a house with what appears to be a grain mill maybe on the right-hand side. Since production changes are coming to mobile devices, you'll be able to use these frequently. Jumping over to the European map, Newbrun, we're definitely seeing some inspiration here from Felsbrunn, which was one of the base game maps from the desktop Farming Simulator 19 version. We get to see a shed from that map, as well as some silos and a very similar location. We also get to see a filling station, which could be one of the productions, or it could be just a filling station for seeds or something like that. This is something new that Giants are adding to the game. Moving on, we've got a screenshot from the town with a church in the middle and a very beautiful lighting setup. There's also a main road going through, and I would suspect we'll probably see some points of interest in this area. And lastly, we've got an old shed with the Fendt tractor and the Velga trailer that we just talked about. We also get to see what looks like vineyards in the background on the left, and possibly some canola that's not quite ready yet on the right. Don't forget, both maps will have visual seasonal changes, and both maps will have collectibles, just like Farming Simulator 22. There have been a few questions about the visual seasonal changes, which I suspect will allow seasons to cycle through, giving us bright sunny days and possibly snow-covered hills in the wintertime, but won't change up the planting calendar. You basically plant whatever you want, whenever you want, and harvest it when it's ready. But we're just gonna have to wait and see, and wait and get some more information from Giant Software on that. And of course, we get to see all the new animals coming with Farming Simulator 23 as well, starting off with chickens. Of course, we have to have some cows coming with this new game as well. Horses are coming to Farming Simulator 23. I can't quite remember if these were in Farm Sim 20 or not, but regardless, well, we're getting them now. We've also got some very, very happy little baby piggies coming to the game, and sheep are returning as well. Interestingly, we've got a feed mixer in the background, which has never had anything to do with sheep before, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen there. In Farm Sim 23, we're also going to be getting 14 crops, and we've got 3 new crops coming with that, and all that together, we also have cover crops. So let's take a look first. We have barley. Canola will be making its return, of course. Cotton, here we get to see the Case IH cotton harvester popping out a square bale. New to Farming Simulator 23, grapes are being added, so you'll be able to do your vineyard work. Of course, grass is a common crop. You got to feed your animals. Lots of different ways to harvest corn. You can either use a normal corn harvester header, or you can go through and chaff it up. My favorite, oats. Gotta love some oats. Oilseed radish, which can't be harvested but can be cultivated under and used as a fertilizer state. Another new crop, olives, coming to Farming Simulator 23. Everyone's favorite, potatoes. Another new crop, your third new crop, sorghum. This was new to Farm Sim 22, and now it's new to Farm Sim 23. Very popular in my region of the world, soybeans are returning to Farm Sim 23. If you prefer doing root crops, well, sugar beets are going to be a thing. Possibly the most beautiful crop in the world, sunflowers. And the most basic crop ever, wheat, at least in Farm Sim. One other thing, don't forget logging will be returning to Farming Simulator 23 after the hiatus in Farm Sim 20. They didn't talk about it as a crop in the harvester for its in vehicles. Kind of all over the place, but nonetheless, don't forget logging is returning as well. And lastly, let's take a look at some new screenshots. We've got 7 of them to take a look at today, starting with the Dortzfar 8280 TTV pulling the Breedle K165 spreader. This is going to be a very, very OP setup. We've also got an interesting shed on the right-hand side. I'm interested to see what that could be. Next, we have the Ponzi Cobra. Again, talking about logging, we've got logging to come in Farming Simulator 23. It is currently cutting down a tree. Now, we don't know exactly how these are going to work, because with logging, especially the way that it's done in the game now, they've said that we're getting auto-loading for logs in Farm Sim 23. So maybe it'll just cut a certain amount and then they all look the same popping out. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens with this. Thirdly, we have the Case IH Axleflow 7150 with the Case IH 3020 Terraflex 25-foot grain head harvesting Sorghum. Sorghum was added in Farming Simulator 22, the desktop version there, and it's coming to mobile as well. Nothing too crazy in this screenshot. We do have some bits and bobs in the background, but it's just nice to see more new things coming to the game. Fourthly, we have the Deutz-Fahr 8280 TTV again, but this time with the Samson Agro US 235 Dynamic manure spreader. There's really not a whole lot to see in the background. Maybe we have the shop or something right in front of the tractor there, but otherwise it's just a big hill. Your fifth new screenshot is the Kloss Axion 870 with the Governland Ecomat plow. So remember, plowing is new to Farming Simulator 23, and weeds are being added as well. So you'll have to do both of those. Also, we've got one of the animal houses on the far right-hand side behind the tractor, and something that you may have just completely overlooked here is the weight on the front. So there were no weights showing off in the equipment category, so I'll be interested to see how the weights work in Farm Sim 23, but likely to work just like it did in 20 with auto weights. Next to last, we got the John Deere 7R310 with the K-branded HR 4040 and the Vena 4030 seeder. Again, we've got the auto weight on the front here. We've got probably either a production chain or a sell point on the far right-hand side. You can see we have a cultivated state on the field, and it's going through putting down some seed. And your last news screenshot today is the Massey Ferguson 5S 145 with a Horse Joker 4 CT cultivator. Again, we got the auto weight on the front here. We've got what looks to be either a silo or maybe an animal pen on the right-hand side, with some more buildings off on the left-hand side right above. Just going through, cultivating, doing its thing. One thing to note, and I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, in Farming Simulator mobile games, we don't have engine options, and usually we don't even have customization options. You either get what comes with it or you find something else. And I think it's going to be similar here, as all of the options that we've seen so far are not showing a range for engines, but they're showing the exact engine. So just a heads up, just like with this one, you're probably not going to be able to customize the tractors much, at least not the engines. And that's it. That is everything that we know about so far coming to Farming Simulator 23 on Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023 for Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android. You can pre-order right now on Nintendo Switch for $44.99 USD. iOS users can pre-order right now as well, but for $7.99. Gotta pay that Nintendo tax. And Android users can pre-register. However, pricing is not available at the time of recording this video. So what do you think? Are you guys excited about Farm Sim 23? Does this meet or exceed your expectations for the next mobile farming simulator game? Or is there something that you think's still missing? I'm interested to hear what you have to say, so let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions about Farm Sim 23 or anything specific that I talked about in this video, you can ask those in the comments as well. And make sure to check out my initial announcement video where you can find all the specifics about the game that were not included in this video. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video in general. If you did, drop a like on it, get subscribed if you're new, join the GoHam fam. Make sure your notification bells are on as well. That way, you never miss future Farm Sim 23 content or daily farming simulator videos here on the channal. All being said, hope you have a great day. We'll see you later. Peace.